Hello everyone, and welcome to a quick news update for Ark Survival Ascended Ragnarok. There was some new information shared and released on the PlayStation Store, both in the form of screenshots and actual text confirming things that are coming. So it does say you can download from the library. That simply is not true. You do have to wait till the update, hopefully later tonight, if not in the near future. So on this news section here, it does mention the new bison that's coming, but specifically, it's already been discussed that on the new map, there are 4 new islands. The bisons will in fact be found on these new islands. Now, speaking of those 4 islands, it basically tells you what the new islands are. So there's going to be an island that is the Scotland expansion, similar to that of the Highlands, featuring sweeping plains and towering plateaus. Then there's the Alpines that contrast that with mighty plains, or mighty pines, my apologies, jagged peaks, and winding rivers. Then there's the Redwoods expansion, featuring colossal trees, dramatic sea cliffs where giants roam. And then there's the Desert expansion, bringing sun-baked islands with secluded grottos and ancient ruins. Now, going back and taking a look at that, we can, of course, say the Scotland's probably just going to be the Highlands, and we know the bison will spawn on, it says islands, so I would assume multiple of these islands. What really throws me off here is the Redwoods, where it says where giants roam. When I think giants, the only thing that can really come to mind for me would probably be something like the Giga or the Karcha. So I'm thinking potentially these islands could have things like Gigas or Karchas. Now the next up, it says step into the frozen heart of Ragnarok in these shattered remains, where you face off against the colossal ice wyvern. Not the ice worm queen, the ice wyvern. And it says when you defeat this fearsome creature, you can claim the legendary tech rewards, including the mighty tech sword, the tech shield, and Tech Light. Now in Ark Survival Evolved, in order to get the Tech Sword, Tech Shield, and Tech Light, you actually had to defeat the dual boss, and then they would drop those tech engrams. So it seems like they are going to be splitting these into, well, a new boss. New boss confirmed. Either a mini-boss or a regular boss through the obelisk. It did not specify that, but either way, there's going to be something new to fight, and another way to get the tech engrams. So that is pretty exciting. Now it does go through and mention here the return of other creatures, so the Ice Wyvern in the Frozen Wilds. We already know that. The Griffin's coming back as well. It does say new base locations, and it does also say as well for subterranean fortresses, so they are going to go through and I'm assuming do extra work on the caves, which we did already know a lot of, but it is exciting knowing that there's going to be some pretty sweet places to actually go through and build. It does mention down here as well that it will yield abundant lava crystals during eruptions. Now, these lava crystals were present in Ark Survival Evolved, and when you open them up, you would get metal crystal and sulfur. Now, the text here reads there's going to be an abundance of lava crystals, so most likely I'm guessing that means we'll see even more destruction and chaos as large quantities of meteors rain down around the volcano. Just don't build your base there. I'm guessing it's probably going to be a smart idea, but that most likely also means we'll be getting far more resources from these crystals like that metal crystal and sulfur. And then of course it does go on to mention the ocean and the changes you'll see there. There was an artifact in the Squid Trench before. Not sure if that will have changed or remain the same. Alright, then in regard to the screenshots, there were 2 screenshots shared on the PlayStation Store. This one here, of course, you could see we're out on a plateau facing the snow biome and the blue obelisk. Nothing really stands out here other than the snow biome not being nearly as plain. Previously in the murder snow biomes and even large parts of the snow biomes, there was not a lot of detail. It actually felt kind of empty and void of anything other than creatures, so it is nice to see there's a bunch of detail there, but also not a bunch of long, crazy grass. Alright, now the second screenshot here is actually going to be located out on the beach. And as you can see here, it's basically going to be similar to that of the previous one facing the blue obelisk, but obviously we're a lot closer. Looking like you can see the small storage crate in the bottom, indicating we can still get these small storage crates for metal tools like crossbows, hatchets, arrows, swords, etc. Overall though, yeah, I think it's looking great. We can also see the clouds. The clouds actually look very distinct. It almost looks like the entire sky is covered in clouds, and they look a lot nicer. It could be different in the game, of course, but these clouds look really nice. Well, that is pretty much all I've got at this point. I've kind of just counting down the minutes since it's my first day off and Ragnarok is not here, so I'm hoping for the best. Now, while you are waiting for Ragnarok, it'd be great to get a refresher and to see things you will want to know when you first dive into Ragnarok. I recommend you check out this video here.